This is the clinical assessment of articulation and phonology, also known as Caap. The purpose of this norm reference standardized test is to assess English articulation and phonology in preschool and school-age children in specific ages 2 years 6 months to 8 years 11 months. The test should be used with all testing materials. The testing materials include a carrying bag, stickers, 5 Caap pals, an examiner's manual, stimulus easel, and 2 score sheets, the articulation inventory and the phonological process checklist 1 and 2. Inside the carrying bag are the 5 Caap pals. Young children love meeting the Caap pals. They help the clinician by eliciting the child in a language sample. While the clinician reads the introductory story, the Caap pals are introduced. Inside the examiner's manual explains the purpose of the Caap and tells how to administer, score, and record the test. The stimulus easel contains the test. Within the stimulus easel is 4 different tabs. The introductory story tab consists of a warm-up activity and is used to gain the child's attention. The consonant inventory tab is used to test consonant singletones, cluster words, one-syllable words, and multisyllabic words. In this section, the clinician asks the child to identify pictures. The side facing the clinician gives word for word what should be read to the child. The clinician asks the child, "What is this?" The school-age sentence tab is only used on children 5 years of age or older. The sentences test any error at all on words including sound substitution or addition, phonetic distortion, and syllable or word deletion. To begin, the examiner reads a sentence that relates to the picture being shown to the child. The child is asked to repeat everything the clinician says. The clinician will say to the child, "Say all the words I say." The mouse works on math at the chalkboard. The clinician is allowed to give 2 repetitions per sentence. The phonological probes tab evaluates final consonant deletion, cluster reduction, syllable reduction, gliding, vocalization, fronting, deaffrication, pre-vocalic voicing, and post-vocalic devoicing. The clinician asks the child to identify some pictures. The clinician tells the child, "Now we are going to look at some pictures you have already seen. There are a few pictures on each page. Let's start here." The clinician will proceed to ask the child, "What is this?" and record the responses in the phonological process checklist 2. The articulation inventory record form is used to score the child's responses that are taken from the consonant inventory tab and the school age sentence tab. It also provides standard scores, percentile ranks, and age equivalent of the norm reference data. The form is 4 pages in length. The first page is used to identify the client's information and presents all of the scores. The second page is where the clinician records the child's responses for consonant inventory, consonant singletones, and cluster words. The bottom of the second page provides a space for comments and a place to summarize the child's speech sound inventory. On the third page, it provides space for recording responses on consonant inventory, specifically multisyllabic words. At the bottom is a table to summarize the child's sound inventory. The fourth page provides the area to score the school-age sentences. The clinician marks the words that contain a sound error or a sound omitted and counts the errors in each sentence. At the bottom of the last page is the consonant singletone index and the Caap developmental age norms. On the first page of the phonological process checklist 1 and 2 is where the child's personal information goes. On the bottom of the page is an area for the summary of the phonological processes. It provides a way to assess the occurrence of phonological processes observed in the child's speech. Checklist 1 includes different boxes for each phonological process. Within each box are yes and no questions that are answered by referring back to the target words identified from the articulation inventory. For each phonological process box, all the questions answered yes are counted and divided by the total number of words in each checklist. By doing this, the percentage of occurrence is obtained. Checklist 2 is used while the pictures in the Phonological Probes tab are being identified. There are 10 different boxes, one for each phonological process. In each box, there is space for the clinician to transcribe the child's response and a yes or no question pertaining to the process. The test should be administered in a well-lit room, free from distractions. To begin the test, the clinician will set up the test on a table with the child on one side and the clinician on the other. The stimulus easel is placed between the clinician and the child, with the illustrations facing the child. The introductory story is used to introduce the child to all the cat pals. While the story is being read, the clinician will point to each cat pal that is being mentioned. Once the story is read, the test can begin. John is a 6-year, 4-month-old boy who was born 1 month premature. He was referred for a speech-language evaluation from his pediatrician when he failed a basic hearing screening. After a follow-up audiological evaluation by an audiologist, John was diagnosed with a moderate hearing loss bilaterally. Due to his hearing loss, his parents have concerns regarding his language development. For instance, John often struggles with prevocalic voicing, resulting in phonemes replacing one another inappropriately. Additionally, John also suffers from final consonant deletion and nasal assimilation. John lives at home with his mother and father and his older brothers, who are typically developing and do not receive any type of therapy. English is the primary language spoken at home.
Okay. I'm going to show you some pictures now, and you say what you see, okay? What is this?
Dog.
What is this?
K.
What is this?
Gate.
You did a great job saying all those words. Now, let's say some words in a row. Now say all the words that I say. The mouse works on math at the chalkboard.
The mouse were on math at the chalkboard.
Again, say all the words that I say. The parrot paints the animal statue at the art table.
The parrot paint the animal statue at the art table.
Now let's look at some pictures you've already seen. There are a few pictures on each page, okay? Let's start here. What is this?
Big.
What is this?
Bed.
What is this?
K.
What is this?
Hive.
What is this?
Big.
What is this?
Teeth.
What is this?
King.
What is this?
Fifth.
What is this?
Zeal.
What is this?
Sheep.
What is this?
Chi.
And what is this?
Computer.
Good job.